Hey runners, happy Monday. It is May 8th, uh, about 12:25 p.m. on a warm day here in Phoenix, Arizona. Uh, Taking a little lunch break here from work, and I thought I'd check in and let you guys know what is going on with my running, training, and racing. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Pete. I am a runner and running coach here. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've been running for decades and love everything about the sport. And I'd love to hear from the running community. Where are you watching this video from? What do you do for running? Are you a beginner, uh, more experienced, seasoned veteran? Do you do races? Any road race, trails, track and field? Yeah, comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel and like what you see, please do so. Appreciate having you guys on board. So, yeah, let's kind of get to it. My wife and I did a race this past weekend here in town. It was the Children's or Run to Fight Children's Cancer. They had a 10K and a 5K. Their main event is the 5K. They had a little bit of a field in the 10K. I will definitely explain to you what took place. It was a mixed bag of sorts with that race. But For those of you who have been following me, I've been training for uh, the 7 mile event in Iowa during Memorial Weekend. We will be visiting my wife's family out there, and we've got a family member that's graduating from high school. So it'll be fun to get out there, see her folks, and also taking a race since we were trying to find a place that we could race nearby. Since we've got a couple little trips here, we didn't want to take another trip. So finding something that was fairly close and found one not too far from her parents' place, and it works out perfectly at the end of our trip. So training is going good. I'm in my, let's see, eighth week or so, eighth or ninth week of training 3 weeks ago. So I'm excited about that. I've been doing some 5K races, pretty much this year. I think I did one 10K race, my longest so far for the year. But yeah, really excited for what's to come. Summertime is very hard to train here in Phoenix, as in most places in the summer. It's hotter, right? But it is particularly hot here and hard to train. But we still acclimate to the heat and find ourselves running, to maintain, if nothing, our fitness levels and going more at effort pace as opposed to trying to run a true pace that we would normally run in cooler temperatures like, November, December, January. So let's kind of like kick things off here. Um, Last week I ran about 18 miles for the week. Not a lot. I've been running between that and like 20, 22 miles, so par for the course. I usually run about 4 days a week. Sometimes I get a fifth day in. Not much, it's usually just a quick recovery, maybe after strength training or before it. Um, but yeah, uh, this week I did speed work. I kind of changed it up. I went on the treadmill at the gym, which is kind of nice. I think I'm going to lean on doing that every now and then, especially with the heat coming on for the summer. Plus, it's a good idea for me to give my feet a little bit of a rest. Not that the track is hard, but sometimes I'm doing it on the roads as well. And I start really early because I have an early workday schedule. So it's nice once in a while to change it up. But I'm usually at the track or roads doing some speed workout. But I did a 10 by 400 uh, at basically like 5K pace, with anticipating running that for my race this past Saturday. I was running those 400s about 156 to 158. Um, So that was pace wise. What was that pace at? Well, it's on the treadmill, so everything was off, but just under 8 minutes, basically like 7:56 or so per mile. So the race was Saturday. Beautiful morning. My wife started at 7 o'clock. That's when the 10K starts, and then the 5K was at 7:45. Temperature still not bad. It was started warming up when we shortly after we started, but I'd say at the start of the 10K it was around 60, 61, and then about 65 or so, 66 at the start of our race. Um, it's a beautiful little park where the Chicago Cubs actually have their spring training games there. Uh, Really nice venue. However, it was not run very well. Let me start off by saying the cause for the foundation, it's Run to Fight Children's Cancer. It's self-explanatory. I think it's a wonderful foundation. Aside from that, when you're holding a race, you also want to make sure that you've got the right folks that are in place to guide you and set up the cones and make sure everything is marked clearly. There are tons of cones out there, but it was weird because at the start of the race you run maybe 50 meters and then you do this quick U-turn. I mean, it's basically run and quick U-turn, run around this little pond, which is nice. But then where we were standing, runners were looking at us for assistance as spectators because the way the cones were situated was very confusing, and it was really tight corners too, which was odd. So we helped out there as the volunteer not too far from us said that she was only responsible for setting out the cones and didn't really know how to guide them. So that's where us runners stepped in. We're very familiar with what a good course should look like and the volunteers, so we want to make sure those who are racing felt comfortable and safe in doing so. But anyways, people I think got lost. I know my wife, she didn't really have a clear direction. The lead cyclist was already way up ahead, and she wasn't in the lead, and it was just the girls out there just didn't really know where to point her and other runners. So it was confusing. So just I'll probably reach out to the person who set that up and just moving forward, here's some feedback, and we look forward to doing it again and hopefully under better conditions. But as far as my race is concerned, first I took second in my age. So anytime you place in your age, I'm always grateful for it. Extremely grateful. However, this is not a very competitive race, so typically I don't really place in my age. So when I did, I was excited. But when you look at my splits, now based on my Garmin, I got 3.06, which is close to 3.1. But my last 2 miles were not spectacular. My first mile I ran at 7:42, which for me now is a little bit quicker than I probably should have gone out. I was feeling not great, but I was feeling good enough to where, when I hit 7:42, I thought, oh, well, this is going to go one of two ways. I'm either going to be able to continue the pace or I'm going to drop off. And sure enough, I did drop off. My second mile, I came in at 8:10. So doing the math, 7:42, 18 and 10, 28 seconds. Wow, let me just confirm that because I think that is true. That's a lot. That's usually, maybe a couple seconds, 5 seconds or so, maybe 7 seconds. Yeah, 7:42, 8:10. So 18, that's 28 seconds, almost 30 seconds. That was bad. And I could tell too because I was not able to get it under 8. Every once in a while I would at certain points, but it wasn't like it was a hilly race, but there were a lot of turns. I think that probably played into it, not to make an excuse. But when you've got like 5 or 6 turns, U-turns, the last race I did was basically a square. It's easier to run faster races at that. So I'm sure that slowed me up a bit, but I was just never able to get back to it. And then the third mile, I ran 8:09, and that's including the last maybe 150 yards, meters of kicking it in. So if I didn't do that, who knows, I might have run slower than 8:10. But anyways, I did place my age, so I'm very grateful for that and happy. I got a good workout in. So, and then my wife, she came in first in women's female and second overall. And that doesn't happen that often. So, not that competitive, but again, she was happy placing, but I don't think she had the race that she envisioned either. She went out hard on the first mile as well. And hers was 2 laps of that 5K course. So, it had some misdirection there. And that really does kind of play with your psyche, when you're not really getting the support, you don't know what's coming at you next. So I don't know, that course, the way it was lined up, it's I think they can definitely design a better course and utilize that space. But aside from that, training has been going great. We've got exactly 3 weeks, 3 weeks until the Quad Cities Running Festival. I believe they got an 8K, they've got a 7-miler, which I'm doing, and a half marathon that my wife is doing. So I'm hoping that the weather out there in southern Iowa is going to be good, which is definitely going to be cooler than Phoenix, but I'm hoping that somehow they have even a cooler than normal temps. So it'll be a good trip. We're going out there to see our niece who's graduating from high school and to see her parents, so we'll spend a few days out there over Memorial Weekend doing that. So, that'll take us to the end of May. What else? We'll be doing some 5Ks here locally. In the summertime in Phoenix, you think, oh, there's no racing happening. There is. Not a lot, but there's definitely some 5Ks that are going on. So we usually like to race in a couple of those. Next weekend, we are going to be volunteering with one of the local running groups that puts on races, and they'll be having a race on Sunday, which is Mother's Day of all days. So we'll be out there handing out the water at the aid station. I like volunteering every now and then. I think it's really good to give back to the running community. And plus, as a runner, sometimes you just don't have the best volunteers at those aid stations. They're not paying attention, or not kind of like going with you with the water. It spills everywhere when you're trying to grab it from more of the less experienced volunteers who may not even be runners. So we like doing that. We like giving back, and we see our friends partaking. So it's fun to be out there. So we'll be looking forward to that. What else? Other than that, we're going to try to stay cool. Hit the pool here that we've got. Kind of a community pool that we have, and a larger community lap pool. So get some pool time over the summer. And again, we're setting our sights on Philadelphia in November. So that'll be really the first big race for me and my wife. She'll do the marathon, and I'll do the half marathon coming up right before Thanksgiving week. So we're looking forward to that. But we got a lot of warm months coming up, and we're going to try to stay cool. I'm curious to know what you guys, are up to for your running. Let me know where you're watching this video from. Do you have any upcoming races? Did you race this weekend? And if so, how did you do? And what are your plans for the summer? That's about it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate your time. Have a great week, and be safe out there. Take care. Bye.